Alright, class. Today we're going to talk about reptiles. Now, as you probably remember, reptiles are cold-blooded animals that are hatched from eggs and have scales. Does this sound familiar to everyone? Okay, good. Now, I think the best thing to do would be to get into examples of reptiles. Let's see, raise your hand if you've ever heard of an animal called the horned toad. Okay, so many of you have heard of this creature. I see some questions in your eyes. You are probably wondering why we're going to talk about the horned toad, since I just mentioned that we'll be discussing reptiles. As you all know, a toad is an amphibian, an animal that starts out life living in water with gills and ends up living on land with lungs. So, here is the issue with the horned toad. It's not actually a toad at all. The horned toad is actually a lizard. It's a reptile. The reason people confuse it for a toad is that it is kind of round. So from now on, if you hear of someone talking about a horned toad, let them know that it's actually a lizard. Anyway, the horned lizard doesn't actually have horns. The things that look like horns are really just spiny scales. These scales act as protection for the lizard. If an animal is trying to eat the lizard, it will puff up, kind of like a balloon, and that will make the scales stick out. And when these spiny scales are sticking out, it's hard for other animals to swallow the lizard. The horned lizard has other ways of protecting itself also. One of these ways is called camouflage. Does everyone remember what camouflage is? No? Okay, well, camouflage is when an animal blends into its surroundings. The horned lizard does this really well. The horned lizard usually lives in deserts, and it is a brownish color. The lizard's color allows it to blend into the desert. Some kinds of horned lizards have yet another way of protecting themselves. Now, this is kind of gross, but some of these lizards can shoot blood out of the corner of their eyes. This really confuses their predators. Also, this blood contains a substance that doesn't taste good, that makes animals that might have wanted to eat the lizard not want to eat it anymore.